So, hello, my name is Geetiara and I'm from Centris Nation. And today I'm going to ask you three basic questions. So the first question for you is, why are you interested in investing in Bangladesh?
Well, I think Bangladesh first has a very large population. And most importantly, I think there's a gap in terms of the digitization of many industries. And that digitization can lead to a lot of great results, both for the people of Bangladesh as well as for the founders and, of course, as the investors. So we think there's a great opportunity to do really well with very good performing investments and at the same time help develop the country.
The next question for you is, what are the challenges in Bangladesh through the lens of an investor?
I think Bangladesh, as in any emerging market, and we as a fund invest across all the emerging markets, from Latin America, Africa, and everywhere in Asia, mostly on the emerging side of Asia. I think the most important thing is really to understand the nitty-gritty of the local details. So as someone that has made over 300 investments across many emerging markets, I've seen many things that are in common in very different parts of the world. But I also know that there's nuances and local differences, so understanding them is very important. That is one of the best opportunities that founders have to start creating trust. Trust is going to be the number one challenge. You can create trust by being transparent, by being educational, by being clear in what you do.
What can we do to earn your investment during this summit?
Well, I've already made almost 10 investments in Bangladesh. After this summit, we are already working on another one, and I've seen a lineup of opportunities where I think we will be already investing. So I think you already have my heart and my money. Hopefully, I think the key would be to be able to have great results of those companies. So not only us, but we can help bring more investment. Right now, for every dollar that we invested in Bangladesh, we helped those companies raise $11 from outside. So you were able to multiply by more than 10 the capital that we invested in the country. And all of that so far with very good returns.
So I'm guessing because you already have invested previously, how is your experience working with Bangladeshi people?
Well, in general, it has been very, very positive. I think there's very smart people that work very hard. They're very, very committed to the development of their country, and I think that's also something that I respect and enjoy, and I like a lot. And they like food as much as I do. So one of my problems is every time I come to Bangladesh, I put on so much weight.
So what are the policy changes that you expect or hope that there would be, making it easier for you to invest in Bangladesh? Because right now, there is a dynamic change in Bangladesh 2.0, right? And we are expecting a more dynamic change in the future, hopefully. At least that's what the summit is about. So from your standpoint, what would you wish would change in the policy, making it easier for you as an investor and maybe other investors internationally to be keen towards choosing Bangladesh as an opportunity?
Well, I think there's two types of changes that can happen. Some changes might be specific to investors, but I think the most important things are not for us, are for the startups. So the changes in regulation that will make the work of the startups better, I think those changes will be the most important ones. At the end of the day, that they recognize the unique aspects of those startups at many aspects. They understand they have to move faster. They understand that certain things are very dynamic. So I think that like anything that makes the startups' life better would be very positive, because that will create dynamism in the market.
Thank you so much. It was really a pleasant to be able to interview you right here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My name is Seng Wee. I'm from Singapore, and I run a venture capital firm. It's called Brain2Free Ventures.
So today, when you're attending this summit, are you here as an investor or an investee?
I am here as an investor, a very happy investor.
A very happy investor. Interesting. So why are you interested in investing in Bangladesh? Why did you choose Bangladesh?
The main reason is because we invest early stage, and I think if you look at the whole world, Bangladesh is really one of the most dynamic, well-educated, very hungry young population, right? So I think whether for founders or for consumer business online, it just makes a lot of sense, right? Among the whole world, this must be one of the places to be at.
So which sector are you looking forward to regarding your investment?
We generally invest into all kinds of consumer technology that make use of technology. Yeah, so whether you are in, for example, transport, whether you are in, let's say, e-commerce, whether you are in agriculture, we are all interested. right?
Can I know about your experience regarding your previous investments?
We have invested in three. So Jatri was our first one, and we have Peekaboo. We are also Prayo Shop. Yeah, so experience has been fantastic. So that's why I am here.
So how was your experience working with the Bangladeshi employees with Peekaboo and the other two ventures that you're already invested in?
First, they are all very coachable while being very ambitious. And every time we speak to them, they just execute so much and they grow so well. Yeah, so every catch-up call with them is an exciting update. Well, the government may have changed, but the people fundamentally are the same. People want progress. People want things that are more convenient and more accessible. Right, that has not changed. So to us, in the past and today, the country is still as investable. Of course, as we move forward, there are always things to improve. So my little wish is always for Bangladesh company to work more with Singapore. So there are certain things that Singapore can complement them. So for example, in terms of having a holding company in Singapore, but the operating company can be in Bangladesh. Right. But by doing so, we will definitely be raising more funds, international capital and so on from Singapore. Right, and then we can deploy these funds into Bangladesh to create more jobs, good jobs, and in turn, better products for the consumers. Right.
So if anybody is seeking an investment from you and your company, what is the thing that they should do to, trigger your interest? What's that? Just say it in one line. What is that thing that you look like? It's like the spark. What could it be? What's that X factor that you look in anybody who's approaching you for an investment, especially the younger population of Bangladesh?
We invest very early stage. So for some of the companies, we are the very first checks. So we can turn out to be genius or not so genius, depending on the outcome. So what all founders, I think, end of the day, early stage investments is about personality investment. So we are really looking out for founders who have that grit, the founders who have that integrity. They are smart, they are hardworking, and they have integrity, right? And smart in terms of not just being book smart, right? But wanting to do good for society, having an impact. Hardworking meaning how do they mobilize the entire team of people, right, towards a common vision. There are just so much opportunities, so much things to be improving, right, in this society, right? And in terms of integrity, not just when you are a bootstrap founder, but later on when you meet a Series A, Series B, you're famous in the industry, you are still down to earth, you are still very hungry and willing to learn.
We hope you'll have a good time and you'll go back to your country with great memories. Thank you so much for joining us today.